You know that? Jack, you're a buffalo. When a storm comes, the buffalo go into the storm. Everything else runs away.
I've learned that. I do.
So
I
just
see a
go into the
problem.
storm, brother man.
I'll jump into it.
Because the faster you go into the storm on the other side, you'll get to the other side where it's clear passages. The storm is gone. Everyone runs from the storm, and as they're running, the storm's following them. You're doing the opposite. Keep doing you, baby. That's what I say.
I am. Hey, Provo, I see you in the chat. I sent you a message through Instagram apologizing for our past misunderstandings, hoping that I might be able to break bread with you. You know, I'll buy you a meal, whatever. I keep offending people. They keep getting disappointed, angry at me. And I'm doing my best, but Jesus.
Yo, track looks like he belongs in sync. He's doing the pose for the picture for being a boy band. You looking good there, brother man. You looking good too, dog. Salute to you, brother man.
Yeah. Hey, can y'all like Keith and Jack and KJV? Can you hold it down? I'll be back in 15. I gotta take Ben to school.
Yeah.
I'll be
No
right back.
doubt.
I'll keep it
Salute
going.
to
Okay.
Ben.
Thanks, guys.
No
Salute to
problem.
Ben.
We got your
Ben,
back.
thank you, Phil. This is
No
for
doubt.
his channel. This is my journal to him.
Yeah, no doubt,
He's
man.
only 6
Hey,
right now.
I got out of videos and I keep them private. It's the same thing, brother
Yeah.
man. It's all for my kids. Salute.
I like you, Phil.
No
Salute. I'll
doubt.
see you soon. Thanks,
All
guys.
right, brother man. No doubt.
Hey, there's a I saw there's a comment about my sister. I was talking to my sister today. I met her once when she was a little girl when I went off into the army, and I think I saw her for about an hour a few years after that. So my sister is taking a risk. I'm kind of a stranger to her, but we were talking about how we both came from these families that are just broken the fuck up. Right? And I think that's a lot of us. We're kind of humanity.
We all
We're
got
a
stories, brother man. We all got stories.
Yes, we do.
And see, I think that's the foundational issue in everything that we do in these modern times is the falling apart of the family unit. That's why we all seem insane and drama driven and hurt and victimized. But it's only seemingly. When you get to know yourself and you know your strengths, you're able to walk away from that fucking fireplace in good faith because you know God will bring you the next day. Every day is God's, not yours. Just like every breath is God's. He gave it to you. Make use of it.
I've been reminding myself of that quite often and reminding myself of the gratitude that I can find. Because really, that is the only way to calm your heart. To calm your heart, you've got to remind yourself that it's okay. Everything is just fine. Everything is perfect. This is all God's design. And we get to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to folks in chat. Crystal Shaman, don't judge me. The Frequency Forge, Lindsay Smith, the Powder Dusty, Ahimsa Alexander just came in. We got Rusty Shackelford, the Freak, Edward Cam, Jeeps, Pale Horse Rider, Chucky. We got a plethora of people in here with God's presence because that's why you're here. You're not here for your own selfish reasons. Something put that in you to come.
There you go. Yeah, salute to the grand old chat room. Much love.
Yes.
Much love, brother man. Much love.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a surprise, actually.
Nice to see you're smiling, Jack, actually.
Thank you. It feels good to be seen again. I mean, you guys are my family in a way. You're my connection to the world. And I appreciate you guys, sincerely.
See,
Yeah.
that's an investment. Becoming family, even though you're not family. That's the true word of God. Remember that verse I keep reminding you of, Jack? The Gentiles who have not the law, but do by their nature what the law says without knowing the law, are a law unto themselves. When those kind of people come together, there's a new realization of what law is. Owe no man anything but to love one another. Now, it doesn't say owe your brother nothing, or owe your sister nothing, or owe your family. It says owe no man anything.
I thought I was going to be able to show the cat.
There
She's
you go,
at-
Jack. She was just asking, what about the cat? I don't care. Margot was trying to play it down like he didn't have a cat carrier. I don't give a fuck about a cat carrier. The cat's still coming along with me if it was mine.
Well,
We are the same, Jack.
yeah, everyone's got doubts, right? Margot's another one. She assumes the worst on Jack every time. I do have a cat carrier. However, once we got going, dude, she adjusted. She was nervous for about an hour or two, and then she chilled out, and she's been a pretty cool travel buddy.
I wanted to say, you out track? All right, producer brother, man. I wanted to say I wanted to say a joke, but Jack, but my question now is like, why do you think they hate you so much?
That's been asked over and over again.
I trigger people.
Okay.
I honestly, I know how it sounds, but I think it's confirmation that God is with me. Because I speak honestly and people react. And that's people reacting to the truth.
Yeah, I think it has to do with that faith element that I've been watching grow in you. And this is what you mentioned earlier, is that people are lacking that faith in God. And that's what they're upset about, because they still pay tribute to that false patriot.
Yeah. It's a lot of variables, and each individual is going to be different. But I know God's been testing me, and the test that I have been facing is my anger, right? Not carrying anger, not carrying bitterness, right? You and I were part of that test. We're all growing and learning this stuff, man. Okay.
Speaking of that, I mean, there was a gentleman last year that I went to a parade in my local's town, and we partied hard on Friday night, and took this guy somewhere, and he stole my car, essentially.
Oh,
So
Sorry, I didn't want to laugh, but it's
now
it's kinda-
you're Gucci. You're Gucci.
Good friend.
The guy went to a party that knows me, and that party knew who I was, and a gentleman from that party brought my car back with the gentleman. But I didn't know the gentleman. You know, I didn't know him at all. I never seen him in my life. I met him that day, that first time. And it happened to be that on Friday, when I went out a year later, we're on a party bus, you know, designated driver, and this gentleman's on the bus, and this topic comes up. So this happened this past weekend. So speaking about like, you know, like growing up and letting bygones be bygones, whatever it was, I had a lot of animosity towards this gentleman when I found out it was him. I wanted to punch him in his face. The day it happened, I was going to beat him with a baseball bat. I pulled the bat out, but everybody had cell phones out. And when I saw the cell phones, like I immediately stopped. I pulled back. I didn't even want to have charges on some crazy shit. But it took me a year, and maybe it helped that I didn't see this guy for a fucking year, you know, but I saw him in his goddamn bus, and I found out it was him, and he was like, oh, yeah. He didn't say it cocky, like, oh, it was me. It was like his friends, like, oh, that's that guy. I'm like, what? And I wanted to beat his ass, dude. I really did. I wanted to beat his ass. I was still mad. But at the same time, like, within 2 minutes, I just changed my thought process, and I was like, yo, bro, like, you know what? It is what it is. But I did tell him that I was gonna call the insurance and charge them on all kind of shit. And I was gonna fuck my car up. I told him I was gonna beat it with a baseball bat and say that you did that shit when you brought it back to my house. I didn't do that, but you know, I moved down from the situation, and I see the reason why I bring it up is because Jack, you and Pedro got into it a few times. I understand that, you know what I'm saying. But you guys here are gentlemen, and here we are sitting and agreeing with each other and talking together because sometimes shit happens in your life that when it comes full circle, like, is it really worth reacting that way when you can just, hey, you know, we might like each other ultimately. Now, this dude's still a dick. I don't give a fuck. I met him. I hang out with him. He's still a dick. I even bought him a beer. Fucking piece of shit. Anyways, but he's still a dick. I'm not going to move on with this guy. We're like, you and Pedro, like, you know, Wizard, like, you know, y'all doing your thing. And you know what? Y'all, here you are today. And that could have took some time. I don't know. Maybe it took a year for me to get over that you stealing my car and to run into you again. And then this happens. I don't know. If I saw you the following week, it could have been a different story. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to bring that up. It made me think about that.
God
Go
tests
ahead.
us. God tests us for sure. And I believe God wants strong characters, people who can forgive, who can accept. That's my theory, at least.
But the problem is that people in life, like you said, we all have different backgrounds. We all come from different areas. You know, my dad was a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real with you. Like, you know, like my uncle's also cocaine and shit. Like that wasn't the life I wanted. I lived a different life. And like Pedro said, I got away from the environment that's causing me to get this downfall. And I'm in a new area without no family, nothing like that. My family's still my family. I love them to death, but I didn't want to be in that environment. If that makes
Man.
sense.
You know
So
what?
here I am in the goddamn country in Wisconsin, fucking chilling on 2 acres with no fucking neighbors. Salute.
Filthy PR Phil. All right, dude. If you turn off your camera and your avatar is Sylvester Stallone and you'd practice a little, you'd make a freaking badass impersonation of Sylvester Stallone, man. You have his tone of voice, you know.
I never heard that before though, but I'm gonna keep that in mind though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep that in
even
mind.
you have a little bit of the accent too. Like,
Yeah, just do it. Yo, Adrian, I'm
Yo,
home.
Adrian, get over here.
Adrian. Anyway,
I did this for you, Polly. It was for you, Polly. You let me down.
Oh, God.
No, but I mean, we all got different backgrounds, man, and ultimately, like the gentleman said earlier, you know, Pedro being older than him, you know what I'm saying? You guys are older than me. Pedro is too, and so are you, Jack. Like, you know, we're hijacking your experiences that you learned in life, that you went through tribulations, and maybe it can help me to maybe avoid some tribulations, which is what I would have want as a man, considering that I'm growing older. You know what I mean? Like I want to give me experiences that you've been through so I can avoid that shit. I mean, we're still children. We're still children as adults. If you think about that shit, our elders are still our elders, and they're still teaching us lessons, even when we're grown. And I'm here trying to seek lessons, bro. That's where I'm at.
That's my hope. I feel like God has allowed me to learn a lot of life lessons. And I'm hoping to share some. Because life can be tough, man. Especially when you're all alone. When you don't know, when you haven't experienced, you know, things that are tough, it seems even worse. But really, the strength I've been learning, it takes strength, it takes will, it takes determination, but let it go. Let it go. Whatever it is that is unpleasant, let it go. Let the unpleasant go. Let the anger, the sadness, the regret, the shame, let it go. And let it be replaced with gratitude for today. Because today,
Tell
that's
myself
what
that
I
every
need.
morning.
This is the key. The key is we live now, right? The world is confused. It's got us focusing on the past and not really learning from the past, just carrying the past, the debts, the punishments, all this crap. But last night, the thought that I awoke with was there was a lie in my head. I can't remember what it was, but I recognized it as a lie and I identified it as a false truth, because that's what a lie is a false truth. I only want the real truth. And the real truth is God. God reveals the real. The real is right now. Right now is true, nothing more.
Today's right now is real. I mean, this is today, right now.
Mm-hmm. And this is what's been so frustrating with people from my past. They won't get over the past. They won't see that life is happening now. Despite Charles's opinions of what he thinks happened to me, despite Snafu's games, it's like life is happening today, and what we do today, that affects the future, man.
You ain't gotta say their name though. Why you even paying them that mind? Just we're going with today.
You're right.
You're putting your energy towards some people that you're bringing up.
I just brought up the past, didn't I? You're right.
We're talking about today, so it's like we're moving on today. Like we all got regrets, and the one thing I don't want to die with is regrets. And and then the other day, this weekend, I also found out like the average age is like maybe 74, 75 if you're lucky. The average age of a person. So like I'm 47, almost 48. All right. So in my head, I got maybe 27 more years. And then I thought in my head, I'm like, all right, I went to high school. High school felt like yesterday. I'm in my 40s, almost 50, and it felt like yesterday. So ultimately, 30 years have gone by. More than 30 years have gone by since high school. And I might have less than that left in the world. So that time flew by so fast. I told myself, I'm like, damn, I need to make sure that I just take every time I have available to enjoy my life, enjoy my family, and do what I can to just enjoy life, man, in general. Take a goddamn walk, kayak, fucking, I don't know. I do a lot of outdoor shit. Sometimes I don't appreciate it. I'm just doing it in a rush. Like I'm moving. I'm not even thinking about the process. I'm not even enjoying the view that I'm going in. Like I'm not absorbing what I'm trying to seek. And before you know it, you're gonna be fucking 7 years old, dude. And you're lucky if you get 5 more years. If we live to 80, cool. Like some of us have grandparents that are 80s, cool. I don't know. Like, but the average age is not that long. I got plenty of friends that died already. So in my head, I'm like, yo, it can happen to me. It can happen to you, Wizard, Jack, all of us on the panel, anybody in the chat. At any given day, you can die in your bed. Or while
I'm
you
gonna
drive.
live forever.
Hey, salute to you. I wish we did, brother, man. I wish we fucking did, man.
I know it's a slim chance, but if the world changes based on the technological advancements and the discoveries in science, we could become a generation that substantially prolongs life. I won't say live forever, but we could dramatically change the way that we live. And I think it's happening. I really do. This is the time, guys. The world is shifting. It's changing. It's so rapid. We're going through a quickening right now. And what's happening in the US government is just another example. The quickening, what I mean by that is change is happening more rapidly. And the rapid change is partly due to the advancements in technology, advancements in communication. But we're at a pinnacle. Mankind is I think we're poised over the self-destruct button right now. I mean, The world is nuts. And we're here.
And Rusty
not to-
Shackelford, big ups for his comment. Living a long time is suffering for most people. They live without love, purpose, meaning, or contentment because they have no intent in life. They have no real goal. They have no urge to continue learning. That is truly what we're supposed to do. But yet I see so many people walk out of high school and never pick up another book because they think they've been taught enough.
That was me. Dude, you described my past. That's exactly how I was living. I wasn't.
Then let me remind you of Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. And so when you recognize that your true graciousness that comes from the Lord is to serve him and be a prophet for him, we can follow up with 1 Peter 2:1-3. Wherever laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so, be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. So in other words, if you do what the Lord intends and not as your free will, this is the thing about free will. You have a free will to do whatever you want in this world, which is a test. Make good choices. Do them without all the beguiling and the evil and all the maliciousness.
That's what we're here to do. But it defies the world because the world profits from confusion. And people suffer due to confusion. That's the irony that it blows my mind that I couldn't see in the past and that people can't see for themselves yet. The secrets and lies. Secrets and lies have destroyed mankind. We lack respect for the truth.
Does that bother you, Jack? That people don't see life that way? Okay.
It used to anger me, but I've been learning how to accept it.
I got you.
You know how angry it made me when I looked at my mom and she looked at me and said, "Keith, the police your authority?" Man, that pissed me off.
Hey, Keith, if it still pisses you off, it's still room for forgiveness, okay?
Well, that's why I said it in the tense I did. Man, that pissed me off.
Yes, I got
because
you.
I've gotten over it, and I understand that I'm never going to be able to save my parents. They're in their 80s. As Phil was talking, they're already cooked. Sorry.
Ooh.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I didn't mean to
Some guys, hey, Wizard, some guys work till they're 70 years old, bro. I met a guy today, and I was like, I haven't seen him. He worked in the upper office. He came back down to the floor. I'm like, yo, how you doing? He's like, oh, good. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, I'm living good. I'm feeling good. Asking about my life, and I'm like, I want to retire at 55. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, when you retire? And he was like, I'm like, well, how old are you now? He's like, I'm turning 70. And I'm like, bro, you need to retire today. You need to retire today, and you need to enjoy your money. And I'm like, listen, when you die, you're not buried with your money. You're not buried with it. The money goes to whoever it goes to. And I'll be damned if I bust my ass. And the man is single. He's single, got no kids. He's just living his life. And I'm like, bro, you should retire tomorrow, dog. He's like, I bought my new bike. I'm like, bro, take that bike across the country and quit work tomorrow. And fuck it. If you die in 4 or 5 years, fuck it. Die broke. You don't owe nobody shit.
Yep. And I got to give another big up for James Life's Talks comment. Be not of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's coinciding with what I just read in 1 Peter 2, verses 1 through 3. Desire the sincere milk of the word as a newborn babe. You have to unlearn the things you've learned and go back to being a child, just like other scriptures say. They all coincide. And it's just a book of good moral standards and ethics on learning how to be a good man, like Job, and not be bound by the material world, but be bound by the riches that are promised you in heaven by following the word of God and no one else.
It's
I'm an
challenging.
between that, Wizard. I'll be honest with you. I have my own reasons why. You probably know. But I'm in between that moment of like, I understand God. You know, I was raised in religion. I don't go to church now, but I'm trying to find that that remorse that I need to let go. When I let go with the car being stole, I need to find out with God, and I just haven't found that yet.
Well, it's not with God. It's with you.
I know,
There you go.
I know that. I understand that. But I mean that car thing was also within me, you know, and I had to fight that battle, and I fought that battle, and I understand that battle. But
Okay.
this battle with God, I need to fight it, and it's taking me some time. That's all it is, and I don't know how much time it's going to take. But
How long do you want
I
it?
try to seek information from people who may be religious to maybe steer me back to that believing in God again.
Well, I'll tell you from firsthand experience myself. I lost my son, and of course, after realizing through my research that there were things that I could have done about it. SIDS is not necessarily what you think it is, and so when I lost my son, and I tried to breathe the breath of life into him back on the way to the hospital. I didn't wait for an ambulance. I got the neighbor. We took off right away, and I tried to breathe the breath of life back into him. And when I couldn't, I got mad at God. And I said, fuck you to God. And I gave up on God. And I spent 3 years in meth and coke and speedballs and having the time of my life while ignoring my daughter back here in Iowa, except for the fact that I went back every 2 weeks to visit her, but couldn't because they kept moving and didn't give me an address. So finally I decided, okay, enough is enough. I've got to stop this. And I reaffirmed my faith with God because I realized that's not my daughter. That's his daughter. And I have an obligation above and beyond my own reasons, above and beyond my own free will. Yea, I shall even hate my own life if I cannot follow Christ. How am I going to teach that to my children? I've got to understand the concept that
it's hard. It's hard for me though. Like it's like my situation, Wizard. You know what I mean? So it's very similar. But for me, I think about the whole process. Like I don't think about a situation just one way. I think about it multiple ways. So like, how did that affect your daughter? You know what I mean? Like different things, bro. And like. And again, maybe it's my male thinking. I don't know. I'm not being like fucking feminist or anything like that, but I feel as men, we have the pressure that comes to us that has to deal with everything going on. As a father, as a man of a family, as a husband, all these things, and they all come up to us for leadership or whatever it may be. And then when the time comes for us, when we're sitting at our crown kneeled, when our crown's on our head and we'll kneel down because what we went through, you know what I'm saying? Who's there for us to go through that? I do got a queen. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But even the queen can't even help me in my situation, in that situation. Because the queen don't even understand. It's the king's son. You know what I'm saying?
well, and that's that part about keep thine house
So
in
in
order.
that process, the only thing I left is me and God, right? So now it's just me and God talking to God. I'm trying to talk to his ass and talk to his ass. And I'm just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like you said. And that's where
Yeah.
I'm at right now. But now I'm not saying fuck you. I'm looking up and being like, I ain't giving them the F-bomb, but I'm still like, why?
Well, what's the higher priority? Is it your life as a child of God or your child's life as a child of God? See, there's an order in things. And whether the mother's there or not, or vice versa, if the mom's there and the dad isn't, the obligation still remains to a child of God. And you have a greater responsibility as a child of God than any child. See, it's not necessarily between you and God. It's
You ever
you.
felt like, Wizard, when you was on that meth and all that shit, you ever feel like there was a Grim Reaper behind you?
Never. Never. I felt like I had life by the balls.
Okay. Thank you for answering that the way it was. But I feel like my whole life, I've always had a Grim Reaper behind me.
Yeah, I've never felt like that. Never
I got
felt
you.
like that.
And the Grim
NBC is
Reaper,
back.
but the
I'm
Grim
back. What's up,
Reaper
guys?
didn't. He wasn't. Hey, salute to you, brother man. My bad. I ain't trying to cut you off. We're just in a conversation.
No. Go ahead, bro.
The Grim Reaper,
Malcolm,
Pedro.
John.
Thank you, brother man. I appreciate that very much. The Grim Reaper for me, like, was trying to grab me. I feel like at 19, when my son passed away at 19, he was trying to grab me at 19, and he didn't get me. And it was over a chick. A chick saved my life. I was gonna go to a car and smoke some weed with some homeboys. All right, they were gang affiliated, and a girl stopped me from going to that car. And the guys that went to that car both got assassinated 5 minutes later. Headshots. And it was a kill shot on one dude. It was a kill shot on one dude, but the guy was a witness. You're dying too, bro. So I would have been in the same car. So I felt for that life. I joined the Marine Corps, right? I told you I did my thing. Blah, 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 blah. I always had the Green Reaper, bro. And the Green Reaper took my son at 19 years old. So that's why I feel like, fuck you, God.
Damn. 19. Sorry for your losses, guys.
Yeah.
Who's this? Malkovich? Who is that?
Hello,
I'm just
Hey.
trying to talk to you like, so like,
Is this Steven?
I-
Wait, hold on. We'll say.
Hey.
Pause for a second.
go ahead.
Is this
My
Steven?
bad.
Hey.
See ya. Is that Steven?
Yep.
All right, fuck him, dog.
All right, my bad, man. I ain't trying to cut you off.
No,
like
you're
that,
good. You're
man.
good. No, this
I
person is
appreciate y'all.
a parasite.
So like,
Think he's
I
going to
got
get
you.
nominated for the awards this year?
Biggest incel, fattest incel. Yeah,
I don't know. He's
man.
got to have a
Correct.
category.
Yo, check this out.
I wouldn't promote him one bit.
Yo, check
Yeah,
this out.
exactly. That's what I did. He's done. Yeah.
I went to
Hey,
the grocery
Phil,
store.
Phil,
Check
bro-
this out. Yo, what up? What up?
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna say, bro, that's cool. You're 47. I'm 47. You know,
All right.
you're 77, right? Maybe
78
77.
January.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's good. I mean, I was listening as I was taking the bin, and that was a righteous testimony you said about the dude stealing your car, and because I was gonna say, bro, I'm surprised you didn't beat his ass, but like you did, but
No.
you didn't. I mean, but you looked at the bigger picture of it. That was really no, I love that type. This is like, I'll just say this instead of resetting the whole thing. This is like men talking. I love it.
Yes.
We love
Yes.
our women and all that, but this is good, man. And this is Jack. I'm not gonna say it one more time. I'm not telling you how to run your panel, but this is like what I love about your panel when it's like this, and we don't have people like what's his name? What do we call him? Big Sister, London. We don't have Big Sister. We don't have Big Sister up here, or
Big sister.
yeah. He said he says he was kicked off for nothing. No, you're a piece of shit. You call me an N-word. You restream my stream without asking. You're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of mierda. Even lower than that, man. All I gotta say is
Pizza mierda,
I'm happy.
yo.
I'm happy.
Escuchaste.
That's right. I'm a Blaxican, man. Yeah. No, that's why I love the fact that we can just talk like this, man, and it's good. It's good.
Yo,
I don't need the
shit, yo.
negative.
Men need this. men
Right.
need this as men, though. Real talk, bro. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
men, what I was saying, bro, we all wear crowns, dude. Wear a crown of something. I don't give a shit. You don't have none. You're a crown of your goddamn cardboard box. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's where it starts at, bro. Like, you got to think that way. And I'm a king. I'm a king till I die.
Yes, sir.
I believe that
Yes, sir.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, kings go through shit that we need other kings sometimes. Other kings back when we look at movies and history, kings got together, bro. You were a king of this area, king of that area, and they had meetings. We have it now in the government. You got fucking Trump going seeing goddamn Putin. You know what I mean? They're kings. So, like, we're getting together, like, oh, we got to communicate, we got to talk. We need as men to communicate as men and be open sometimes, bro. And sometimes we go through stuff as shit. Some bullshit that we don't want to deal with in life that's normal in everyday life, but we don't have a way to express it, bro.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we need it because I mean, a lot of us, you know, we have women, we have partners, or you know, we had partners or whatever, or we have sisters, mothers, or whatever. And I get it. We can be vulnerable. All right, you know, I'm not telling them be stoic 24/7, but this is the place where you can be vulnerable, right, with your brothers and whatnot, so you can be strong for those that need our help. You know what I'm saying? And our leadership
But
and
it
guidance.
is
And
YouTube,
whatnot.
though. It is YouTube. It is YouTube, and they use that shit against your ass. But I don't give a fuck.
Somebody gave a super sticker, Rocky, but I don't know who
Okay,
it came from.
Salute to
That's
Rocky,
why
man.
Jax has to be Jax.
Thank you, Jack Alcott, for having this panel for me to come on today and have the vibe of that
Look at
gentleman
Jax.
coming in.
It's
What's your name,
NBC
sir?
channel.
They came in right now
It's
talking before me.
NBC the
Yep.
game, yeah. This is my channel.
Yeah, this is his.
Yeah. So
FPC the game.
I need,
All right.
yeah, Phil. I need you to like check in with me, bro. Like I told you, I resonate with what what you're sharing and whatnot, bro. So please
Nah, I
don't be a
appreciate
stranger.
that, bro. Nah,
Yeah.
no doubt. I got you on that. I
Okay,
feel
okay.
that.
Lock it in, man.
I got
So
you.
what's going on, Jack? What's I keep asking what's on your mind because sometimes Jack, I won't say he checks out, but like he's very introspective on the panel. But I just want to get this Jack knowledge too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's up, man?
Actually, I wanted to thank you. Welcome back, and you brought
Yeah,
it
thank
back to Phil's testimony, and
Right.
we didn't really address it. So thank you for bringing it back to that, because
I wanted to, Jack. When I was on the motorcycle, I was like, I need to give him his props on that. That was deep. And El Perro too about his, about his son. I'm sorry for your loss. Both
Nah,
of
man.
y'all.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, brother, man, and we're moving on, but the
Yeah.
battle's still there, and the battle will
Right.
never go away. It's for
Yeah,
life.
Right.
And I'm hoping I can help you turn it into a positive learning experience because that's what I've done with mine.
That's what I'm trying to do, Pedro, and I'm doing that in the process, bro. But I'm still dealing with God. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Absolutely. So what's up, Jack?
You can reach out to me anytime.
No doubt. Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate your love.
I've heard some of these mental exercises that I do practice. Imagining the connection between your mind and the heavens, and recognizing in the heavens is the altar before God. And when I feel these feelings, right? I'm pissed, I'm angry, I'm afraid, I'm whatever. The idea is take those feelings, place them on the altar of God, recognizing, God, I don't want this. This is not mine. This is for you to resolve for me. So guide me, right?
Mm-hmm.
The answers bring us peace. And
Yo,
sometimes,
yo. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, you know what's
No,
so
go ahead.
crazy? Check this out. When my son landed on an airplane, his last text was the devil is home. He was being sarcastic, but that was his last text to me, him and his mom, me and his mom. All right. And check this out. So when I get to the airport, I get his belongings, all this shit. Anyways, in his belongings, he has a book about resurrection, the art of resurrection. I don't quote me on this, but it's something about resurrection. Okay, It's crazy. It's crazy that I got this text from my son, my last text. But the first thing that I get from my son in his bag is a book about this. That's not the goddamn book, bro. It's not my bag. I read it, and not the whole thing. I've read like a page, and I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared to read more pages, bro. But it's a goal of mine to go through the whole book, if that makes sense. It's just a matter of going through the phases of what I'm going through, bro. It takes time, and eventually, like, it goes. But when you come to it, bro, you have a box left over with what you have left over of your son. But I got 2 more kids. I got another son, and it's crazy seeing him grow up, and he's 17, and it's cool seeing my son growing up, maturing, and becoming the man he is. And I'm almost a better father, I believe, to him in that situation. Salute, brother, man. What up, Powder?
Yeah, I heard you.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it takes time. Yeah. Yeah,
So I still have that. Like, it would have been harder if that was my only kid. I believe that. I don't know if I would be here to this day. I'll be honest with you.
right.
But
I thought
because
about
of
that.
them,
Like I only have one
yeah,
son too. If I didn't have
they
him,
gave me strength.
yeah,
They gave me strength, brother, man.
you
But
appreciate
listen,
them
check
even
this out.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, check this out. But listen, yo, before I got onto the panel, I went to the grocery store, and I was going in there, and I was gonna buy a
But
chicken breast.
hold on, Phil. 1 second, though. Phil. You got to remember, Jack was kind of telling us something. Can you cut
My
him
bad.
off?
Go ahead, Jack. Go ahead, Jack. I'm
Yeah?
sorry, sir.
Oh,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Hold you. Yeah, you go back to the grocery store after. Yeah. Go ahead, Jack.
No worries.
It's all good. Everyone's excited. I get it. This is
No,
a good spot.
Hey, Phil. I love to hear what you got to say as well, right?
Mm.
Trust you're decent.
It
You're
was
a
more of
decent
a
guy.
joke, dude. It was a
Yeah.
joke to break the thing about my son. That's all I was trying to do. So go back to Jack. Salute, brother, man.
Yeah.
My bad.
Respect.
Hey, if I can offer something I've learned, I mean, I haven't dealt with the same situation, but different situations. Time heals all wounds. That is true. But what is time? Time is an illusion. What time do you want to heal? Do you want to heal now or later? How far later? You want to heal now. So press into that which is uncomfortable and see what answers you can find, please. From what you were saying, I think.
You're muted.
My bad.
Phil.
Thank you, Jack,
what's
for
up?
that
Wait, hold
advice.
on. What's up? Excuse me. What's up, Flow State? It took Jack Telcott to say what's up to your boy NPC. It's been a minute.
I've been lurking. I listened to your review of my shit yesterday. Saw that Mrs. Flo is down there.
Mr.
the
Scorpio. Shout out to
Yep.
Mrs. Flow. Yeah.
Respect.
I'm just here for the hug box.
Hey, bro. Hey, what is that? Wait, hold on. What is that hug? What's wrong with the hug box, though? What's wrong with being cool?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I think
But you
he's
guys say,
genuine.
wait, hold on. But they say it like in a way, you, sir, I've heard you say it multiple times in a way that's kind of condescending.
Yeah.
That's the tone I get, though.
Yes.
Like it's a bad thing.
It normally is used in a condescending way. Here I used it to attempt to bring a little bit of lightness to the dead kid conversation, but apparently that wasn't how it was received.
Yeah, well, funny enough, he
That's
actually
all.
wanted to be a part of the cupcaking session.
I think it was genuine. I think it was honest.
Yes, it was. I believe so too.
I don't know if I gotta bring race in it. It's like some white boy shit in the sense that no disrespect. I'm part white too. I got the Spanish blood in me. But like in the hood, bro, like Luddy can say like it we say I love you to the homie every now and then too. To remind them, and it's not like a weird thing. You got to make it all. It is what it is, man. Because some of us take life so seriously, even though we like to have fun too. Sometimes it ain't nothing wrong with showing some love. Sometimes, you know, as a man, that's how I see it.
Yeah, but usually that tends to happen after a couple of shots of whiskey.
No, maybe for you, but not for some of us. Yeah. You talk about some other type of love at OTW, I think.
Yeah, I think.
No.
Yeah.
It's like us Quebecers, we get a little bit more emotional once we had a couple of shooters, you know?
I was about to say that's that Canadian shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack, so what you said though, that spoke volumes. Yeah. And,
It's something I learned. Honestly, I went to a lot of those coaching events, these live events, transformational things, and I've experienced my own breakthroughs, and I've witnessed men and women just instantaneous reaching these emotional breakthroughs where something clicks within them, and years of pain just fades away. So it sucks to get hurt, but the world we live in, it profits from misery. People enable unforgiveness and bitterness and revenge and all that shit. And it drives us insane. We're here to grow and to learn, and to grow and learn, we've got to love, man. We're supposed to have fun.
Yeah, I want to read that.
A lot. You want to have fun?
Yeah, Rusty Shackelford was another good one. Big ups. Many men can't show or feel love because we're used as the grunts of society, trained to shut that down and work, pay taxes. Big boys don't cry, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and other people have been also been bullied the fuck since they were young and even violated. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why sometimes it could be hard for sometimes. But yeah. Flow State, any thoughts on Jack Telcott's surprise appearance?
No, because I've been listening for about 20 or 30 minutes, but I'm not up to speed. I missed what's going on in Jack's life, and I don't want to drag everyone backwards. So
yeah,
it's good. Wait, hold on. It's good to reset the topic.
Jack's on the road, Flo. Yeah. That's pretty much the sum of it.
Yeah, I was just
we're
saying,
actually out of the house.
Yep, and I was just telling folks in chat, you're not going to be able to keep up with Jack. He moves fast. He's been president of a labor union for quite a while, and that means he must be able to come up with solutions. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been there.
So where are you at now?
Thank you. Today I am in Paradise, Utah. My sister's got a place here from my dad's side, so took a chance and reached out to the family down here.
No, you haven't gotten too spiritual on her too quick, have you?
She's already on her path. No. She's got a strong relationship with Christ and God already. My family, that's something I was observing with her. There's my family on my dad's side, they have been touched, not just with addictions, but with spirit and faith.
It's funny how those two things seem to go hand in hand. It's like I got one of those families too. You've either got one or you got the other.
Yep.
Jack, have you had a decent meal?
No, I haven't eaten much, but I don't really eat much anymore anyway, so this isn't a big deal. Rocky, how you doing, brother?
Good
to see you.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, thanks for the support, Rocky. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Go get yourself a hamburger.
Hey, who all is in Colorado? Because that's my next stop, I think.
Freedom Grower's there, and who else is there?
Oh,
Tommy's there, isn't he?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, he's from there, right? Or not from there. He used to live there, right?
He's doing his roofless thing.
Oh, that's right. I thought there was others in Colorado.
Snafu Snaps, I think he lives there, too.
He's in Arizona, I think.
Austin Murphy's in Colorado.
Yeah? Oh, there you go.
Even Joe Cool's in Colorado.
Oh, yeah, Joe Cool. What the fuck? Yeah.
He's back in Chicago right now.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
You guys be moving.
What has he got? 2 girlfriends? 6 months with one, 6 months with the other?
Excuse me. Something like that.
Trafficking.
That's why they call him cool. Okay.
Jim
Well,
Cool's got a bad.
I figure if I'm going to travel, which I mean, there's nothing in Spokane for me anymore, so it was time to leave. And the goal is in DC, so I'll just work my way that back east and see what happens. Visit people along the way.
Where's Margot?
Well, shit.
Arizona.
Shit, that's
She's having him
Noel.
followed. Don't worry about it, Flow State. She's paying a private investigator to follow Jack around and see where he's going, filming him. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Not anymore. She was, but I think Margot has turned a corner. I mean, she has, and she's certainly changed her energies with me publicly. The snafu bringing in the other flying monkeys, though, hasn't really helped.
Yeah. They're just jacking off to you. Like, literally, like, the guy had nothing to say except some. That's actually my wife said that. I showed her this. I'm like, look at this guy. This old co-worker of Jack. She's like, yeah, man, they're just jacking off to him. I guess, with a pun and all that. Because it's true. It's like, they're like nitpicking all this stuff. It's like, get a life, man.
Snafu is desperate for content that will get him more than about 20 viewers, and he's picking up where Paul left off. Jack Alcott for all my content.
It's exactly right.
Yeah.
And El Perro pointed something out. I was a union president for quite a while, almost a decade. I was an officer for over 14 years. I knew the contract. I knew the regulations. I knew the rules. For Charles and all these other people to say that I'm lying, that I was manipulating, no, they're wrong. Absolutely wrong. I not only was I falsely accused of bringing bombs onto the premises when it was clear that that was not the case.
Oh my God.
I was also threatened and falsely accused by one of the other supervisors, one of the managers, about a year or two before that. And so I've been persecuted, bullied, and harassed by authority for a long time. And my union chose the wrong side. They chose to defend the employer and not represent me in the attacks from the managers and the false accusations. So the truth is going to come out in the wash, and eventually Charles Smith and these other characters will have a conversation with me like a man. And, maybe we'll find some resolve.
I mean, that's all purpose. The whole reason why, I'm a union man too. Like, why we pay our dues every month is so they go to bat for us. And to be honest, wrong or right, they're supposed to have your back as a union member, right? And that's like such total backstabbing, going with the employer like that.
Okay, so you could understand this then.
Yeah.
I went through a 3-year labor dispute. My union reps refused to communicate with me. There was no interview with Jack. There was none of my evidence placed in the file. My union reps avoided me in a 3-year labor dispute. And then the day before my arbitration, they pre-arbed it and denied my day in court.
Did you guys know Louis DeJoy retired or resigned yesterday? Officially?
I heard he was heading out.
Yeah, February 18th, they made an announcement that he was heading out and to prepare Douglas to take over as interim until the board of directors got a new one voted in. And so Douglas Torlini is going to be the postmaster general interim. And so we're going to watch some changes as Trump and Elon go in with Doji and reform the postal service.
Holy shit. I know that name, Douglas Tulino. He was
Deputy Chief Postmaster and the Human Resources Director. I just did a video on it last night, guys.
I'd
I
like
was
to
like, that's
speak
some
to
good
that
knowledge.
man.
You know it.
I'd like to speak to that man.
Somebody make it
I
happen.
deserve to. I'm going to. Whoever's in charge, I'm gonna find a way. Because actually, when I make it to DC, that's probably going to be one of the first places I go is the APWU headquarters to talk to
Oh,
the
really?
bosses there. Well,
Yeah.
it was their subordinates who misrepresented me. And I've been trying to speak with their bosses for a long time. I guess I am kind of a Karen. I'm a male Karen. I always want to talk to the bosses, man.
Carrying a lot of baggage with you around the country.
Well, there's been a lot of damages that I want to be rectified. And I'm not seeking punishment or revenge. I want the truth to come to light. They screwed me over.
Merely a correction of the records and making all parties whole. That's equity.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what the back to what Flo State said real quick. Like Flo, you don't seem to. Maybe you're good at it, hiding it, but you don't seem to hold grudges. Really? Do you? Is that true, or how do you navigate that type of shit?
If somebody gets me ever good enough, like I've got a few grudges I hold, and they're like stuck for fucking ever. But for the most part, I don't.
But I don't see those grudges as any kind of revenge grudge, but rather a know where they're at all times, so you know not to fuck with them anymore.
I mean, you're looking at something different. You've never seen one of my stuck grudges.
It's probably not on YouTube, right?
Right. It's not on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the way I look at it. So maybe I'm wrong.
No, but that'd be an accurate assessment of how I handle people like Snafu. Like I don't have a grudge against him. I just know that he's not an element that I want involved in my life.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Good way to
There's
put
no
it.
point in taking things personally and getting stuck in grudges. All it does is hurt you more. And I don't know.
What about a grudge against the mob?
The mob's never done anything to me.
Like a union, like you don't pay.
There you go, union.
The union mob.
I was never part of the union.
Well, Jack's got to deal with the mob,
right?
Or has the mob relinquished control of the unions, or what?
The biggest union on the planet is the Universal Postal Union, and it is in fact a labor union. They are the contractors of the world.
Controlled by the mob.
Is that right? All right.
No, controlled by the royal houses.
Yeah, the mob.
Oh. Hey, back to that comment. It's my goal to speak with the bosses of the post office. It's actually not just for me either. I do want to rectify things with my own record, but I still believe if given a chance, I can make the Postal Service a better place to work for all the employees there.
You're going to be a union rep. You be a union rep.
Actually, I lost my career because I tried getting a promotion at the headquarters level. I was trying to jump into management, I guess, but I wanted to bring the ideas of mindfulness into the workplace.
Yeah. You got to go through the chain of command, Jack.
Well, that's what I was doing. I did go through the chain of command.
You got it. You don't jump.
Yeah, and they saw you as a threat and took care of you. That's what happened.
No.
Yeah, he did understand. He did go through the chain of command. For crying out loud, he was the president of the labor union.
Well,
he was? He was the president?
I was the local president. The
local chapter,
But here, legitimately, I did give my plant manager, my supervisors, I gave all of them a heads up of what I was doing. And I met with executives. It wasn't Tolino. Tolino at the time was the labor relations manager, and I requested him to be at the meeting, but he was not. He was dealing with another union contract negotiations. But I met with two executives of the United States Postal Service and told them my ideas of what I wanted to bring into their team, and they were actually open to the ideas. But the attorneys imagined me as a threat. And when I challenged the authority of the attorneys, well, I pissed off the wrong guy. And then I didn't have people having my back. But I still believe
how did you challenge the attorneys? What did that look like?
So the attorney alleged that I had already violated the law just by having that conversation as a lowly postal clerk and having just paid the state a registration fee for an LLC. Since I'd filed the paperwork and had that title of a business owner as an LLC, they alleged that I illegally used my inside foot as a federal employee to try and privately profit. That was not the case. I was explicit with that. I offered no contracts. I had no products. I was seeking a promotion based on the value that I had carried with me. So everything got misunderstood is all it was. The attorneys in a phone call, he said I already violated the regulations, and so it was a female attorney, and I talked to her. I said, "Well, look, okay, you're claiming this is the precedent, but what's the case? What is the context for this case you're citing? Because it doesn't sound legitimate to me." And this is something I've done as a union guy all the time: challenge the evidence, challenge the rule, find out and make sure it has merit. Well, the attorney got pissed off that I was questioning her, and so she went and got her boss. I think it was Mike. Mike calls me up, and I was an arrogant fucking union guy too. I didn't take a lot of shit from people. So this guy calls me with an attitude, and I gave him attitude back. And it was the same thing. I said, just because you claim something doesn't mean it's a fact. Provide the evidence, substantiate your claims. Otherwise, I don't believe you. He got pissed. He says, "I'm putting an end to this today." And then about an hour later, I got a call from the plant manager and another manager saying that things were changing. So that started it all. I pissed off the attorney. And then the attorney sicked the office of the inspector general on me. They started investigating all my coworkers. So my coworkers were afraid to talk to me, and they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want to get involved with the conspiracy that Jack was involved in. And everyone got scared. They stayed away from me. They didn't talk to me. And then they made up their own version of what happened. I know I'm not the only story like that.
And I'll remind you guys again, if you go back and listen to Jack Tales, you'll hear Brian state that specifically, that yes, the union representatives failed Jack because there was no response.
Sounds about right.
I don't know.
These are people that are supposed to be the premier communicators in the world, and they failed that basic concept.
You know what? They're just working class folks trying to do the best they can, trying to stand up for others. And the reality is I got myself into some deep shit, and the people who replaced me, they weren't prepared for it. And since I was the target, they didn't seek counsel from me. They went elsewhere. I mean, if any other employee had been dealing with what I'd have been dealing with, there would have been an entirely different outcome. Because I wouldn't let someone hang like that. I wouldn't ignore them for so long. I never did that. I mean, when I was president, dude, I was on call 24 hours a day because we had operations 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I represented people on all tours and all crafts. So I was always available for the members. That wasn't returned to me. But hey, someone pointed it out, Jack victim playing, and it's my story. I'm not playing a victim. It's the facts.
Or get some sunshine.
You've got sunshine in your face right now.
Yeah, I was gonna put glasses on, but I like it. I like to look at the sun. It's good for your eyes.
Life is amazing.
Some vitamin D.
Actually, that's sunshine. I'm going to run outside for a minute. I'll be back.
Going to get some of that divine inspiration. Wow. Geez, like everybody don't speak at once. I mean, you know.
No,
Yeah, well, they tell you to put sunglasses on and put sunscreen on, and then you don't get the vitamin D you need.
Is all that sunlight hurting you, Rocky?
It's hurting his lungs.
No,
I think he's a vampire. He's starting to melt now.
Took a hit off of duty. No, but the sun feels good on your face, and that feels good.
Yeah, we all love the sun. Apart from the palest people, you know. Stephen. Is he around? Is he still backstage?
I don't know, but he's wherever he's at, his butt hurt.
Whose butt hurt?
You are?
No, you're the butt hurt one.
No, you are. We all agreed on it.
Oh, not butt hurt.
Yeah, Rocky, we all did that while you weren't looking. You were blinded by the sun. We profited off of that moment.
I know people like to talk shit about me. Call me autistic and drunk.
All right, guys. It'd be nice if we get a conversation going. I mean, you know, we kind of look funny up here, not saying
Start a
anything.
Conversation then.
All right, I'll start talking to Lubas. Lubas.
Talk about it. Guys.
It's good trying to make it more awkward. Well, save me. It's not my broadcast.
Yeah, you're like,
save
me from the awkwardness. Go ahead. You start a conversation, big dog.
Well, that's what I'm doing. At least I'm saying something.
Well,
right. So back to Lubas. Anyway. I mean, Lubas, come on up here. Tarek, click the link. These guys always have all kinds of things to say.
So this is your panel, right, OTW?
It is?
Is it? I'm asking you.
No, it isn't.
There's like 3 different chats and 4 different streams. I don't know. I'm confused. Who the fuck is running this panel anyway?
Right. NPC the game is the boss, right? And we're all the henchmen restreaming.
All right. I got you.
So Keith, Jack, and myself are restreaming or simulcasting or who knows what the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm. This is some new shit. I mean, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, that this shit was in sight. It's a new frontier, the metaverse, live from across the world. It's, what day is it? Saturday
March
night
26th. March, what are you talking about?
March 26th. I was gonna just do a Saturday night live from around the world. It's Saturday Night Live with NPC.
There you go. Musical guest Jack Telcott.
Where'd Flo go?
He left. You guys like did tag.
Yeah, well, it's because Flo left because when it goes silent, nobody's saying anything and it's boring. He leaves. He gets bored.
Okay.
Yeah.
But ladies are allowed up on panel now, right?
Well, now that Flow State is gone, for sure.
What the heck?
Well, you acting like you never come here. Ladies are always here. Most of my viewers are ladies. It seems like.
Okay, because
I should hang around with NPC more often, I think.
I'm telling you, SOW. Every time you say number one, come up.
The first one I went up on was with Flo, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that's how I found the panel verse, was through Flo. But there's someone else in chat who wanted to come up, so I was just hoping that ladies could come up. But I don't really have anything to say, so I'll just say the moon is in a Mars nakshatra.
Decode that for the layman.
Wait. You can't just come up here and say that like that and run away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I can. Why can't I?
Because I say so.
There's a bunch of different information that's like added on to that we might be interested in.
Oh.
Just real quick, if you can.
Yeah, Gabe knows. Because, last night was a different
put me to
one.
work.
Yeah, but let's say you have 4 other dummies on panel that don't know, right?
Okay, I'll pretend you don't know.
I'll expand after you, Shima.
Gabe knows, but like he has a tendency to pick themes, or there's a theme around the nights when he's on that correlate to whatever the 27 nakshatras are in Vedic astrology. And so tonight, unlike last night was the most paranormal one, and so we talked about
look what we did.
And all of that. And then tonight it's moved into a new one, which is called Anishta, which is called the bright, famous one. It represents
holy crap.
It also represents fighting. Sometimes you have to fight for things you believe
Jack
in.
Telcott, man. The sun.
And so Jack's back. There you go. And so Jack's back. But so there's like some fighting going on tonight, but there's also a sense of like tribe, which is a Mars thing,
right?
Friends,
brotherhood, and all that.
Yeah,
sisterhood. Yeah, sisterhood. Zephyr and Ashima. There you go. Yeah, that was great. Breakdown.
Well, thanks. But that's really all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. For me, that makes sense. But I already knew that.
That makes a lot. OTW asked, right?
Right.
Yep. Yeah,
do you understand
OTW?
Me.
Oh yeah, that's why I asked, because I was like kind of curious to see where that was going to go. But great rundown.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, all right,
no, Shima, please don't leave. Are you leaving because if Flow State was here, would you stay? Honestly.
No, honestly, I wouldn't. I was just proving the point that ladies were welcome up on the panel, because in the chat there was some question about that, and.
Oh, this is a men's only panel. What are you talking about? Only men are allowed on panel. The women.
You know why? Because you know why they probably thought that? Because I said like, this is great. The brotherhood up here, which is it's true. But then again, it's like it's open. It's co-ed. We're not in the Mecca, Saudi Arabia.
NBC, you shouldn't call it the brotherhood. You should call it council. The council. So that that. Includes,
I see. Yeah, the council. Yeah.
The council.
We already have a council, the panel versus NPC Award Council. This is this is Talcadian solar system right here. There's the Leo sun right there. Jack, did you hear that about what Ashima said about the tribes and the fighting and all that? Do you see some of those symbols tonight? Friendship. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It's promising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my sign is ruled by Saturn, so I guess I would be the Saturn dude.
What's that?
Old grandpa?
Yeah, that's me.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. It's moving into Pisces this year. So that's cool. But I really don't have anything to add. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. Are you coming up?
Just coming up and saying anyone else is welcome to come up too. And yeah, hope you guys have a good night. Nice seeing you guys.
All right.
You too, Mr. Alexander.
Peace.
Take care. Peace.
Thank you. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it was.
Like, I was just making sure that it was okay because, yeah, it was exactly what you said, NBC.
Yes, yeah, I know you. No, I'm glad you came up. But yeah. So, what's your take? You know, of the night of what you?
I'm just like okay, and we can all get along, or some of us mostly. I wish everybody could get along. We're getting there.
Yeah, Rodney King, 2025. Good. I think we do. I mean, at least this panel. I mean, my channel. Everyone gets along pretty good.
They're very
A lot of people
stubborn.
get along on Jax too. That's true. In OTW, yeah.
And it really bugs whenever people just spurt out all the time with hate. I wish they'd stop.
Yeah. It seems like it's simple.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah. But I guess and one way to look at it is we're all like kind of one, but we're experiencing things in this unique way, our own individual way. That's what might become a little bit challenging or interesting. Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah.
We're all at a different part of our journey, right?
Yeah.
But I love you guys. God damn it.
Yeah, much love.
So I wonder what it's going to look like in a few days from now, Jack. What are your plans?
Good
Like, did somebody ask you that already? I might not have been following. It's like, what are you going to be doing in the next few days, few weeks? It's like you said you were going to Washington. You're heading on your way there.
The next stop is Penrose, Colorado, I think. Ben Davidson, he's got a channel, The Suspicious Observers. He does a lot of prep stuff, and he created a campground and a ranch where he talks about the catastrophic cycles of Earth and the sun, and he focuses a lot of energy on prepping. I'm gonna reserve a spot at his campground and go see if I can meet up with him, see if I can get his attention and talk to him, because he's got a lot of connections through the science and academia world. So changing the world is the purpose. So I'll hit Colorado in the next few days, I think.
You got a
unless
camera?
something changes.
You got a camera?
My phone.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And
Check
like,
out the Red Rock. So pretty cool.
what's you have a vehicle? You're traveling in your car? I was like, I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I don't know. So I was like, all right, so what can I ask you? Like, what type of car is it?
Yeah, it's an 08 Camry hybrid. But
Toyota. That's great, man. That's a good car.
It is, except when I went to LA recently, right before I flew out, all the hybrid system lights, the warning lights are in the dash. So it's not running on hybrid. It's just a little 4-cylinder now. And I pray it keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, actually,
Maybe you'll meet a mechanic on your journey, Jack, so you fix the hybrid part so you can save some gas money.
Yeah.
Well, if I succeed, I'll be talking to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. They can help me find a car that's worthy of me.
A Tesla, huh?
That's what I used to want. Now I'm not sure I do.
No, man, you belong in a Rolls Royce.
Ah,
Jack, come on, man.
That's not me. I love I love sedans. Maybe a Lexus.
Oh,
There you
Lexus is nice. Okay, like I won't argue Lexus. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I used to
Zephyr, were you
sell
going to
them.
share something? You used to be a car salesman?
I used to. Between the Army and
Really?
the post office, I sold Lexus.
Lexus is the high end of which company?
Toyota.
Toyota? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
My first car was a Camry XLA. XL. Yeah, that's what it Camry. Yeah. Actually, no, my first car was a 1967 Mustang with a vinyl top. Yeah, that was some fun car. Yeah.
My first car was a Camaro.
Camaro, okay.
Yeah, a Z28 19 what year was it? I think it was 1984 or something like that.
Wow, you like bumping Van Halen in that Camaro.
Yeah, with a
probably.
T-top. It was freaking awesome, man. I had actually two identical ones. I had one red one and one gray one. I bought the gray one afterwards because the car was just so freaking awesome.
One wasn't enough for OTW.
354 bolt main on there. That thing was a beast.
Yeah.
I actually one time, turned on a corner and actually hit the gas pedal a little bit too hard and did a 360 and hit the sidewalk on the other side, facing the other direction. I was like, what the fuck? Ruined my mag wheels. Say what?
The black ice or something?
No. It was just like a plain normal day, man. Just like the car just went spinning, man. It's like very strong motor.
Yeah.
And I was 19 too, right?
Yeah.
So, when you're 19 and you have those machines in your hands, you're like a little bit
19.
reckless.
Yeah.
My first car was a 65 SS Impala with a 396. First shifter.
Whoa. Wow.
Them fuckers are worth a fortune now. It had white leather interior, ocean blue.
Do those have fishtails?
It was a classic because in 65 you had the special order, the 396. So it was a special order. And then I got a 66 Barracuda Mopar. So you're about the same age as the OTWs, 19 when you had it.
No, I'm 47, man.
Oh shit.
He's old as me.
I just like when I
Zephyr.
Yeah, I had when I was like 19, I just bought a 10-year-old car,
Had mine when I was 17, a 66 SS I was 17.
What was hold on a second. How old?
Shit, was I 17?
What year was it when I was 19? I don't even remember.
We were 18 in 1996. So 97 and 98.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So a Camaro in the 80s. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm all right.
Muscle
I
car,
was
yeah.
17 in the 80s. No, was I 18 and 20?
Yeah, that's why you had an older car. See, you had a car from the 60s. I was 19 and I had I didn't go so far back. I only went back 10 years.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, being a car salesman, what most important lesson because that seems like a job that's like, you got to be hella outgoing and stuff. You can't just sit back to be successful.
I didn't do well. I was too nice and too accommodating.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to push it on them, huh? To be successful on that job.
Well, you got to sell. You got to be willing to close and ask for the sale and encourage the sale, invite it. I've learned a lot of. Go ahead.
I was like, I was in sales all my life, so I'm just like, I guess you got to learn how to. Body language is like a really big thing when it comes to selling jobs and shit. And, I used to do that, knocking door to door, and I'd know right away within like the first 3 minutes of the conversation if that client was going to sign a contract or not.
Yeah.
So I was that good. So I just like when I at that 3-minute mark when I knew that the person wasn't signing, so I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be around. Give them an excuse to fuck off and go knock on the next door.
Everybody's in sales. You got to sell yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically.
But like, but Rocky, but like those jobs like car salesman, or like you're calling companies, to sell products for them. That's a little different, and it's to me in a sense because I like nice things for sure. However, I think I have a lot of minimalists in me where I figure like you don't really need anything. You only need your basic shit. So I kind of feel weird pushing shit on people.
Yeah, I was in sales in the late 80s, and I was about 30, tall, good-looking Italian boy. I went around Houston, high-rise office buildings, and I sold chem shields, which was a chemical CS gas, $10 a piece. And I had a spiel that I memorized. Even my stuttering, I remember, and it was part of the spiel. And these are chem shields. There was a lot of rape. There were a lot of rapes going on. So it said this: you carry your keys. Most of the time, rapes occur when you carry your keys. This is on your keychain. It's a chem shield. You spray it. It's like mace, but it's CS gas. And it's what I had this spiel, and I sold those like hotcakes to all them pretty secretaries. Man, them executive secretaries, I had numbers and shit. I'd write their phone number down, and holy cow, I'm gonna look you up later. And yeah, it was good time. Sales is good.
Yeah,
I sold 150 once, all at once. The boss came out and said, "We're gonna give them for all the girls." Just bought 150 of them. That was a good sale day there.
Yeah, I could see back then that those secretaries would have sprayed somebody like Imperious in the face with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Talking about
interesting
sales,
dude though.
I had to come up. I had to add to that. The car show is not
Patrick,
that
how's
hard.
it going, brother?
Good, bro. I finally have something I can talk to you about. Sales is not it's not hard, man. The key to sales is you don't sell. You let the customer buy. Nobody wants to be sold. They don't want a slick salesman in their face trying to sell them something. You use a series of closed-ended and open-ended questions. So start with the open-ended questions, asking them what their problem is, and then provide the solution, allowing them to buy the product. The key is you having enough product knowledge to provide a solution with the product that you have. Then you switch to closed-ended questions, funneling their answers to make them give the correct answers, making them feel dumb if they don't give you the correct answers. So basically, if you have a product and it's a car,
so
you need this car, right? You need to get to work. Is this car going to help you make money getting to work? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Shut up. Let them buy it.
Yeah. So a good salesman has the equation that entails making the customer look dumb.
Well, no, it just points out the needs, and that you can actually you're the solution to their needs.
But what
I was taught by an old man. He was about 80 years old when he taught me, and he taught me that you got to have like almost a script. You got to have it written so that you communicate like the same thing over and over, and it's basically selling yourself. He was selling himself as an old man trying to make a little money on the side, and that was his whole. He was selling himself, and then like there's always a closing. There's all kinds of studies on how, the closing. You got to close. Okay, how many do you want? How many of these chem shields you want? You got to close in.
I think there's another factor there that that people might not be aware of is the showmanship factor. You got to be willing to put on a show. You got to be willing to impress your client. Go out of your way, to make sure that you're showing them a lot of things. Be very visual, and very expressive, and that actually, kind of like I don't know how it explains it, but it gets that your client in a particular state of mind or energy, right? Where
Use
you
your
got
hands while you speak.
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
everybody
and yeah,
on these streams are trying to sell themselves. Hey, donate to me, send me $5. They're all trying to sell themselves or whatever they're selling. But you got to sell yourself first, right? You might have to play a role
Yeah,
or
I
something
mean,
like
you
that.
do have to. Maybe that's why some of us aren't as successful we want to be, because we don't
I
do that.
didn't mean make them feel dumb either, Gabe. I meant only allow them to give the answers that they would feel dumb, not giving the answer that you want them to give. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I know what you're
That's all
saying.
it is.
I'm just being provocative right now. I know you're
yeah,
not
and
like that.
also
Leading
using a lot of technical words related to like whatever you're selling also helps the sale as a lot because you know they like hearing somebody smart telling them a bunch of statistics and you know numbers, and it gets them it impresses them. It's fun, and then you show it them on paper, graphs and stuff like that. Drives them wild. Then all of a
It
sudden
is
you're
fun to
just
buy stuff.
the next question you ask them is, okay, so in which name do I put this in? You know, you put it in this name, sir, and then you know they're signing. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, you guys. Hey, I didn't know we got a salesman convention right now. That's good.
Once you get a yes, just keep following through. Man. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of books on it back when I was Think and Grow Rich, How to Dress for Success.
Right, Napoleon Hill and all that stuff. Yeah.
Napoleon
I mean, there's
Hill,
plenty
yeah.
of videos on YouTube right now. Even this one, you're giving tips and whatnot. It's just for me personally, I think it's kind of boring. I want to try to have some fun right now, man.
Sales is boring. Sales is fun, man.
I mean, to talk about it, kind of. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I was at
Maybe
a point.
to do it is different. It's like, well, do I want to talk about basketball or do I want to play basketball? You know, I want to play,
right?
You know, type of shit. Yeah, but I get
Yeah,
it.
I was at a point.
You guys like it, so I'm happy for you.
I was at a point selling contracts with friggin' big joints in my mouth, you know, with friggin' tar on my fingers, smelling like smoke, you know, blowing the weed smoke in the client's face and handing them the pen while they're signing the contract. That's how.
What are you selling?
Good, roofs. I was a roofer.
You would be blowing weed smoke in their face.
Literally, I'd be having it like in my mouth like a cigar, right? And like I was smoking my doobie, talking to the client, you know, telling him what I'm going to do on the job, blowing the smoke in his face, and then after that, handing him the pen, and him signing the contract with me looking like a, you know, well, obviously I look like I was a construction guy, but still signing contracts with joints in my mouth, man. You know,
He was a roofer, man.
Some people would think that's some people would think that would be disrespectful, but I guess you got the gift, man. Then they overlook that shit.
well, it's kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck with that guy if he's willing to, you know, blow that smoke in my face and not even think twice about it, not even twitch. Yeah, I think I'll sign the contract. This guy's I don't know. It must be like
you're gonna come back and burn their house down.
Get this shit off, man.
Yeah. Well, I've had employees, you know, threaten my clients. You know, one time we were doing cement steps, and you know, the client was threatening not to pay us for some reason. I don't know why. And the guy that I hired literally called him back and said to him, if you don't show up in the next half hour with the money, I have the sledgehammer in my hand and I'm going to just break these steps back down to the gravel they were before we started leaking them. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it, Chris. You're crazy. And I was screaming that in the background over the phone. And the client 15 minutes later showed up and paid us. It's just great. Sometimes you got to act things out to...
Yeah.
He was the hype man in the background.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, do you see yourself being on the road for like indefinitely now? And yeah.
Oh, he took off. Damn it. I have a message for him.
He's right there. Yeah.
Hey, Jack, do you know Frank Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking to him this morning, and he mentioned having a house in Tennessee, and you should probably talk to him.
You know, I should. I like Frank. I met him online, and he's a cool dude.
But I want to see your cat too. He said he's never seen your cat, and I haven't
I think
either.
you showed him earlier, huh?
I showed her earlier. She's
Her, excuse me.
hiding now.
You know, I was just thinking I could see Jack barefoot in the Appalachian Mountains somewhere. Tennessee Valley's beautiful, I hear, Jack.
Well, and Chuck is there too.
Oh, Chuck in Tennessee. That's true, huh? Enough said, huh?
I'll come visit you if you go to Tennessee. It's not too far from me.
Well, that question, am I going to stay traveling? Honestly, I had dreams of becoming a successful life coach, flying around, doing conventions, being a speaker at different events. I imagined living out of a suitcase for a few years, but
I could see
Start
you.
selling Bibles.
You could be a successful life coach still if you're traveling the way you are, bro. Sir, sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but like in the sense that like even you talking to somebody, I could see like you're at like some diner and some cats there and you just strike up a conversation. You could change the direction of his life in a good way. That's a success. Yes, money helps for sure, but don't get it twisted, bro. You see that you can still be on that path. Yeah.
this is one of the choices I've made. I've learned a lot of the traditional ways of marketing and selling, and I chose not to pursue those because I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to make a difference. And you know where I'm at now, maybe I fucked up. Maybe I should have just been chasing the dollar and making a buck. I don't know.
Well, buy
I would
yourself
think there's some
a,
type of balance of it. Like money is not the most important thing, but it's a medium, right, for things and whatnot. So hopefully we can all like learn how to find that balance. Yeah.
Well,
I
this
think
I think it's
like
an opportunity. I think it's an opportunity for you to fulfill those dreams, man. Just like you said earlier, you don't have anything to lose now, so go for it.
Nowhere but up.
get yourself 50 Bibles, maybe $2 a Bible, and sell them. Go on the road selling Bibles. And, you know, it's kind of like people will, instead of giving you money,
It's kind of cool.
They would like, they'd give you $20 for a Bible you pay $2 for, and be spreading the word, and it'd be more like a gift. They're really just giving you a gift because they probably got 10 Bibles already. But at least you got something to sell, you know. There used to be all kinds of movies about traveling Bible salesmen. You can do pretty good.
I don't know about. Go ahead.
I don't know about
No, please go.
Bibles either. But here's the reality: selling or not, I haven't found people willing to give me a chance. Willing to give me a chance for them, willing to give themselves a chance to really spend time. What does Jack know? What does he want me to learn from him? People have learned from me and they've received value. And, you know, when I talk to anyone, I try to offer positivity and encouragement. But I envisioned having success, and people haven't been, I don't know, this is my path, right? I had to accept that I haven't earned the trust and the respect yet. But when it happens, it'll work.
I don't understand, dude. Like I have like 600 people. Well, no, 500, 450, 60 people in my channel, which I love. That's great, you know. But like you got like 2,000, and like let's just say like half of them are your super fans, which I think that a lot of people. You have a lot of super fans. That to me, that's a success. Like what benchmark are you weighing with? Like the people. You're welcome. The people like I live in Taiwan now. Like my family, tried to help them, show them spiritual things in my own way and whatnot. Been gentle with them and whatnot. But they can care less. I'm sure they love me in their own way, but they can care less about what I do in that sense. And it is very frustrating, but in this path, I found that like it's about the quality, and you have I think you have both. The way I see it, you have a lot of people. It's just like a lot of loudmouths, haters, try to suck up all the fucking attention from all the beautiful people that do support you, Jack.
And that's been my mistake as well.
I kind of see this Johnny Appleseed thing, and I think people take that story a little bit off because I don't know if they understand it correctly. Johnny Appleseed was a winemaker, and so he would plant apple seeds along his travels, so that when he returned to that spot, new apple trees would be growing, and he would have good early fruits. So he used it not as a marketing or anything, but in that, effectively, the people that he met along his travels, he impressed a lot. And that's why he became known as Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah.
He was planting seeds. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's what I hope to be doing. And really, the future will reveal what it reveals. I have been studying. There are laws of exchange to this universe, this creation that we're experiencing in. What we give out to the world will be returned. The timing of it, that's all God's hands. But I've been focused on offering love, offering support. And you pointed it out. I lose sight of the amount of value and support that I have received because of what's right around me, but there's no denying it. This is making a difference for people. And we're all helping each other.
There you go. I like how you just come out and say shit, Gabe.
Hey, I want to address a comment I saw with Luna's song
Yeah, that person's strange.
Regarding you have to pay money to chat in Jack's stream. No, dummy. I mentioned that earlier, and I don't mean to be insulting, but that was insulting. I limited the chat over on my stream to encourage people to come over and show support for NPC the game. Give them a subscribe. Build this channel up. That's the idea, Luna song.
It's actually very generous in this song. Yeah. I'm almost at that monetization point. So that's good.
If I may add, though.
What's up, James? How's it going, bro? I never met you on my channel. How's it going, bro?
It's going great and everything. I just wanted to add a few
Go ahead, brother.
words in and everything to the conversation that y'all are having here.
Go ahead, brother.
But yeah, usually people do let the haters get to them sometimes, but we need to just let them go, and let them loose and not let them get to us. Because in this journey, we're going to have haters in this journey on YouTube, and it's just part of the journey. We just have to let it go, have to learn how to let it go.
Right.
And
it's life, man. It's not just YouTube.
Yeah, it's life. Yeah, you're going to have haters in life, yeah. In general, you just have to learn how to let it go. And from my worldview, I just have to let God take control and, let God fulfill his plan in my life.
Wise words from a young man.
Now, I don't expect anybody else to follow my lead, but I told you earlier, I had a severe problem with the authorities in this town, and I had to kind of let it go. But I found the solution by letting it go, by showing it.
Yeah.
Remember, Jack, I still go to those city council meetings. I think that's important. If you want to fix this government, you got to learn how to be part of it by learning how to fulfill those positions. And I think Jack's in a better position to do that than most anybody up here. Like I said, he's got experience.
Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I've thought about getting into local politics in the next couple of years, but I don't know how that'll go because I don't have no experience in politics. I have some knowledge, like from watching stuff about politics and everything, but experience-wise, never been in it. So.
Got to get out of your room and go maybe volunteer or something.
If you want some support, I'll reach out to me. I'll support you. We need better people in all the positions. And you don't have, every politician started out without experience. They started at some level. And if you get the right people, the right encouragement, as long as you got the right purpose and you stay honest, you can succeed.
You can. Yeah, that's true.
You're on the foothills, James, right? The Appalachians?
Yeah, I'm in the Appalachians, yeah. My old lawyer, he's in politics, so he could help me out too. I got that connection as well. My old lawyer. So, I mean.
There you go. Take a chance. I encourage everybody, if you've got a call, you've got a willingness to step up and serve, and you can do it with honor, fucking do it, man. We've got to start getting people to step up rather than just sit back and complain. That's the American way. People complain about the people doing things.
Yeah, without action, you're just not going to change anything. It's just going to remain the same. I mean, oh, man. What else can you really say?
Misa, is that her name? Misa Alexander?
Misa Alexander? Yeah.
Yeah. She made a really good point about that last night, about people with their kind of childlike behavior. Always putting their blame off on everybody else instead of blaming themselves. Giving their power to everybody else.
Yeah.
Being in that victim mindset.
Yeah. And you don't even have to even blame yourself, but at least acknowledge it where you need your blind spots and fix it. Yeah.
Blame myself for everything.
Yeah.
See, I don't
That's
even
reality,
see it.
huh?
Yeah, I don't even see it as a matter of blame. I see it a matter of adapting. Because if I can't adapt, that's when I start losing that learning thing. If I can't adapt to my surroundings, and like Jack says, stay in the now, then I'm the one that's lost. I urge everybody to read another book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but then you got the contrarians. They'll say, and I've heard it on Jack's stream. They'll go like, "Yeah, but you don't want to address the past where there was wrongdoings and whatnot." You know, is there ever a time to go in the past though? Because I know in the big book they talk about that, right?
Well, there's
but like you have to go, you have to make amends and whatnot.
Well, yeah, but there's a point where you've got to recognize it for its problems, because that's what we're here for, is create solutions, and we got to stop doing the same thing we've done in the past.
Right. So there's a way to go back in the past, though. Maybe we'll do it with some grace or whatnot, instead of just being so harsh with it.
Well, yeah. Instead of thinking it as a blame thing, again, a matter of adapting and using it as a learning text, in a learning context, so you can learn from it and adapt to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you would with like when you read the Bible, you learn from the mistakes that people in the Bible made, right? So think of your life like that, in the sense of learning from your mistakes, like you would from people that were in the Bible, or from people that you see in even fictional stories. You can learn some lessons out of those and everything. So take note of that as well, like lessons you can learn out of that, and look at your life like that in a way too.
Be blessed, Jack.
So it's a real story, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Concept.
Jack, do you got any? You have? You want to have any? Your not last words, but some words.
Yeah.
Before you step out.
Just thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to shut down the stream over on my channel and redirect it over here. And really thank you to all of you. Especially you, NPC, hosting this. And this life, it's a crazy adventure, and I'm grateful to have met all of you. And we'll see what the future brings. Peace. Blessings.
Absolutely.
Peace, Jack.
Yeah, we love you, Jack.
Later, Jack.
Later, Jack.
Long.
Man. Oh, man.
I just thought maybe you can get free Bible. I give Bibles away, but I just thought it could maybe make a few bucks. Spreading the word would be sound bad to me. I got a 1566 William Tyndale facsimile. I just bought it, and man, they had some fancy handwriting back there or something.
Nice, Severed.
Yeah, and the English was a lot different back then.
Yeah, Old English is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I can't even like I read the Gettysburg Address in the Old English language, and it's like I don't recognize any of the words. I don't recognize any of the words. It's a trip.
Yeah, a nation used to be like you were considered a nation by the languages. So if you spoke English, you were English, and it's almost like a worldwide language. I mean, in order to fly in and out of airports, you got to speak English. So it's kind of like and I think Old English.
That's what I meant. Old English, yeah.
There's something different. I mean,
it is different.
Why do we need to learn?
That's way different.
Why do we need to learn Greek? We need to learn Old English.
Yeah.
I mean, these Greek that you go to seminary school to learn Greek.
Yeah.
I think that's all a scam somehow.
I don't know. I don't think it's a scam. I mean, it's important.
We need to get back to the Old English.
Yeah, but it's
Doesn't
important
matter
for
what.
the Greek, the roots of where the words come from. It's important to know all that.
Exactly. You got to go back to the roots to get to the construction and the intent.
Yeah, and even the Hebrew, to get the understanding of the Hebrew scriptures and everything, you need to really understand that. That is really important to understand is the Hebrew scriptures because that is the basis of the Bible. That's where the Bible. It's like its foundation.
As well as its numerical system.
Yeah, I think languages are fascinating. They're fascinating languages, sir.
Well, the numerical thing, I don't know. I think that's more tradition because the numbers.
I think people just need to learn how to communicate. Like I teach English, to people whose first language is in English, and definitely one of the hardest things for them. Like some of them can like read like perfectly and great, but the context. That's the hardest thing I'm seeing with some of the students. A lot of the students is the context of what the like if they read a article, what's the main point? That's a lot of them are like bugged out by that. They don't get that part, context. That's important.
I don't disagree that the older languages are important, but the intent behind your words. As long as you learn how to speak your reality into existence, that's powerful in any language.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be perfect grammar and whatnot, which it's good to know that. You have to know that. But as long as we can communicate, that's a good thing. Yeah. So
I tried to learn myself.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm probably going to shut it down in a sec.
Yeah, appreciate you.
I got to get ready for class.
Step down. Much love, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. I talk to you soon, man. Yeah.
All right, later.
Yeah, Rocky. I'm about to sell some Bibles, huh? Yeah. I was gonna say my father-in-law. He was a Gideon, and they're the ones that they go out and they give away Bibles like to businesses and hotels and stuff.
Yeah, you give away the little New Testament.
Yeah.
The little orange ones. Gideons came through when I was in school, and then they come through my town quite a bit. It seems.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to get out to that neck of the woods someday. Definitely. I think it's an interesting place, the Appalachians and stuff. Because as a Westerner, we hear different things. Like, oh man, like hillbilly and all that. Like it's a bad thing and all that. But like,
and that's
that's cool though. That's Americana though.
Weird rumor about inbreeding.
Yeah.
Out here, it's because we're a bunch of mountain people. It's not like we're inbreeding or something like.
Yeah. I'm sad to say that goes on in California even sometimes. Dark secrets and stuff. Yeah. But the whole country, you guys are blessed to be in the wilderness of North America right there, man.
Oh yeah.
That is God's country. Definitely.
Yeah, it's peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah, that includes you too, OTW. I said North America, not just United States of America. Yeah. El Perro. Man, thanks for pulling this through. I think you were the linchpin with this. And like it started with me and London because we respect Jack and we were just like wanting to go over that reaction of like that snafu snaps, like what's going on here, you know? But I'm so happy that everyone came on.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to run London off. We get kind of talkative. My apologies.
No, it's good. You guys are good. You guys brought out the best in each other. Because that's all we want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to add one more thing before I go, just to clarify a point I was trying to make earlier. Then I'm just going to go ahead and drop, if that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to clarify, I think the numbers thing, unless you're talking about the numbers that are particularly in Scripture, the whole, like, trying to say the words is what I'm saying is far as the numbers is like saying the different letters mean something. I think that's tradition, but the things that are like in Scripture, like the whole Revelations and stuff, where it talks about the 666 and everything, I think that's not tradition. But
right, and that's why I say it's important to understand that numbering system, because even as you said, it's traditional, and that goes back to the traditional intent.
Yeah.
It really doesn't have anything to do with mathematics. It's about qualifying the Hebrew language itself as to intent.
Yeah. Yeah, intent matters a lot when it.
Yeah, the 666 was to identify the Antichrist, and if you in Hebrew, Caesar Nero is in Hebrew gematria is 666. So they were identifying Caesar Nero as the Antichrist, and he's the one who went into the temple. So it's not a future event. It's already happened. The 666, the mark of the beast, that's all over. Caesar Nero was the Antichrist.
Well, what about long before then, Solomon and his temple? If you're familiar with 2 Kings 10:14, and it talks about 606 or 606 talents of gold was the yearly income.
It's representation of in Revelations. It's a representation of a man who goes into the temple, and the temple is destroyed, and his number is 666. In Hebrew gematria, Caesar Nero translates to 666. So all I'm saying is we're not looking for a future 666. There's always people you can always say, oh, look at, he's the Antichrist. Look at Ronald Reagan translates 666 is 6 letters in his first name, 6 letters in his last name. Oh, is it? So like we're always waiting for the mark of the beast when it's past history. If you know the true eschatology that, see, when John wrote Revelations, he had to hide. He didn't want to publicly say Caesar Nero's the Antichrist. So he had to put it in a code that only Hebrews would understand through gematria, because each letter in Hebrew represents a number. And so if you spell out in the ancient or whatever, it translates Caesar Nero. And what did he do? He threw him to the lions, and he tortured him. And then after that, Rome was destroyed and the tribulation happened. Christ came back, ruled for 1,000 years.
Got it. It's good knowledge. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming up and building and making the broadcast even better. I'll see you. Don't be strangers. Don't be strangers, man.
We won't.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, LTW. Some of these women up here, man. Much love, guys. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Peace. Yes, be blessed. Thanks for having me up.
Peace.
Appreciate you, Keith.
Yeah, thank you for having me up. Have a great one, everybody.
Absolutely, James. Yeah. And James, there's somebody, wait, before you go, somebody was saying I think they were confused. They said, where'd it go? They said I was gaslighting. Let me see. Hold on.
Uh,
Oh, here we go. This comment right here. They said comment from Carlitos. He said NPC gaslighting these people hardcore. Imagine telling them they're lucky to be hillbillies to their. I said they're lucky to live in North America. People, I don't live in North America anymore. You know, and also too, hillbillies is a term I've heard people in the Appalachians call a demographic of people, and not in a derogatory term. So don't get it twisted. Don't try to start shit here, bro. You know, I like James, bro. That's stupid. Go ahead.
yeah, that's not derogatory at all.
Yeah.
Hillbillies is just people that live in the hills. That's what
Exactly.
what the idea of a hillbilly is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I'm like a mountain man because I live in the
There you go.
mountains.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause technically, I don't even live in the hills, so I'm not really technically a hillbilly. I live on the edge. I live in the valley.
You're almost in the flatlands, as we used to say in Oakland.
Yeah.
There's the Oakland Hills, and then there's the flatlands. Now, Rocky, your office though is not in the mountain though, huh? Right?
Yeah. No,
it's in the city, huh?
My office is within the mountains all around, but in a small valley.
Okay, cool.
Small valley, a real small valley, because the population is normally in the valleys, but I'm 3 miles from a small valley. But my bunker is in town because it's not really I just call it my bunker because it's where I get I have a landline. I don't have a cell phone, so I can't get cell at the house. I come down here a lot. Me and my wife are old, so we don't got to do it every night, you know, because we're old.
I'm glad you still do it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rocky
already had a lot of children, man.
You have a great one.
You getting comfortable, James? That's all good.
I get uncomfortable talking about that subject.
All right. Well, hopefully you can find your queen someday, James, and have your own clan.
I definitely need that, Lord willing, soon.
Yeah. We'll talk about. We got to get Jack to get you into politics.
Every man needs a good woman.
Oh yeah, every man needs a good woman. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We were talking about, me and Buddha were talking about this yesterday about like how I think it was, how, you know, as a man, like, you know, you do great things by yourself, but when you get that good partner right there, it propels you to the next tier, your next level, you know. You propel each other. It's really Rocky knows, man. I'm learning from him. All right.
Yeah, I consider my wife my princess. She's like got royal blood, and I'm just like a greasehead, you know. Like, you remember the Uptown Girl?
Uptown Girl, Billy Joel. Right?
Yeah.
Living in a high heel world.
I'm just an Italian greaser. She came from royal English stock. That's her. Yeah. Divini, and their name is Divine, Divini. The Divinis, English. Yeah, I just found that out recently, so now I'm going to start calling her princess and stuff.
And it resonates because she is. Yeah, but don't get it twisted. Don't play yourself down too, man. There's a reason why you're with her too, because you got some good stuff.
The head of the house. I'm still the head of the house.
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah,
I make all the decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, brothers. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Oh, yes, sir.
Later.
See you guys. Yeah. Yeah, man. Everybody, thanks for coming through. And Crystal Shaman, you weren't babbling. You're good. You know, you're being respectful in the chat. That's all good. Everybody in the chat, peace. Much love. Shadow Buddha in the house, bitch. Yeah. Browns boy. Good to see you, man. Yeah. I like this one. I owe you nothing, but I love to see you up to something soon. Shout out to Snow, everyone. Marathon Kid. Shout out to you too, wherever you are. And I'll see you soon. Much respect to Jock Talcott. Like I said earlier, London Man and I we just wanted to, check out what's going on in Jack's world. And I'm glad he stopped by. Much love to London, man. That's my brother. Him and Shadow, on my team and shit. Lay low, for sure. Be good to each other. We'll see Jack again soon. Yeah. And yeah, it's simple. Let's be good to each other. I'll talk to you later. Peace. NBC The Game. Live from the back rooms in Taiwan. I love you, Ben.